Good evening, all you YouTubers. Happy evening to you. Like, subscribe, and here we go for maybe a little 3 topics here tonight. Let's go back and talk about education. If you send your child, son, daughter to secular school, you're probably going to get a secular outcome. And there are good teachers out there, and whether it's high school, college, whatever, and God bless them and pray for them. But eventually, on the road we're going down, you may not even have them at some point. So to think that your child won't be subjected to some type of indoctrination is I think you better think again. You can do homeschooling, I suppose, up into high school. You can go to a private college if you want to go to a private college. If you can't afford that, a lot of the people or kids now can do college online. Of course, it may not be one of the major universities, or maybe they do have online degrees from something like that. But the idea of subjecting your little one into that pot is only a choice that you can make. But if I had it to do over, I wouldn't do it. I mean, not in this day and age. You want a good, well-rounded Christian education, and yes, they always say, well, yeah, but you got to go out in the real world. Yeah, that's just the point. Yeah, it's just the point. You want to be in the real world, but you want to have a Christian worldview. And so I'm just saying that do what you can, but do everything you can, and keep your children well grounded in the Bible and Christianity. And you're not going to find that at a secular university or any other school. The other topics are work. And I want to touch on that real quick. Work isn't like cookie cutter jobs. If you're going for a professional degree at a college, and you want to be a professional doctor, lawyer, whatever, you have to realize at some point, and even today, that those people are going to have to be politically correct. And that's just the way it's going to be. And so you send them out into a workforce, and now they've got to be, they've got to be politically correct. They have to do and match up with what's out there. Otherwise, they're not going to fit in, if you know what I mean. So that being said, you're in the workforce and you're working as an employee. All right. If you're not a professional and you just want to you want to get a degree or something and have pretty little letters after your name, that's one thing. But now you're teaching the child or the individual simply to be an employee. And when you go to school, you're going to school to learn, and that's fine. And actually going through all the schooling in itself is a discipline. And for a lot of people, they don't ever do what the degree that they got. I mean, they major in something, but they don't have a job in that field. So, but what I'm saying, past the schooling into the work, is if you're gonna be an employee, you're gonna have to be politically correct. And the companies are going to have a secular setting and background, and you're still going to have to succumb to that. A lot of the people are saying, well, if I'm not going for a secular degree, they're going to send their kids to get some type of a trade school or some type of a talent or ability where they don't have to, they don't have to do that. And that'd be a good idea too. But the problem, even with that, at some point, even that's going to be dwindling, unless you, like I said, unless you carry the water for somebody else. So, if and the work is work, and the book I read doesn't say anything about cookie cutter work. It doesn't say you have to work in a cube. It doesn't say you have to, to be a doctor, a lawyer. It doesn't say you have to be a retailer. It doesn't say you have to do this, that, or the other thing. There are tons upon tons of different types of work, especially today with working from home and doing everything you can possibly imagine, and people making money. Even I hate to say it, and they don't probably make very much, but I guess they even make money playing video games. So, but there's tons of different types of work, and so to think that my child has to have a degree in order to get a job. There we go, back to that job word. I'm not saying don't work. Definitely, you work, but there isn't any. Like I said, there's no cookie cutter professions, and there's and if you're going to get those degrees, again, I can't stressing enough. You're going to get those degrees. That's fine, but you're going to be barraged with indoctrination, and you're going to and even if you get that and you go out into the workforce that tells you that you have to be this type of person even to get the job, then you're going to be that type of person, and you'll make money, but have you sacrificed your soul in order to do it? So do what you think is best. And I think everybody, including myself, should pray for everybody, especially our young people, because they're going to have to battle this. And so I don't know. A lot of people still think it's the old days where I send my kid to school and he'll get a great education and he'll do a job for 20 or 30 years and he'll make buku bananas and everything's going to be hunky-dory. It doesn't work like that anymore, and it hasn't for a long, long time. So I'm asking, almost begging everybody, please take a second look at this. Like I said, it's even if you think you've got a great high school, great college, whatever, and there might be some incredible people there and faculty. You're still in a secular university or a secular school, and at some point, indoctrination is going to occur, and well, my son or daughter is strong enough to withstand that. Yeah, right. The road we're going down now, and what's being taught, and what's out there. Yeah, good luck on that. Like I said, pray for our kids, pray for all the teachers that are in those places that are still there and making a difference. But definitely pray for our young people and our kids, because they're going to need everything and a lot of support to make it through what could be an awful time coming up. That's about all for those. The money thing, kind of disheartened. I don't ask for money. A lot of people now on the websites and whatever are saying, well, they don't ask for money, and I really don't ask for money either. But I do want to say one thing about that. People do have needs. You're looking at a time where everybody is not everybody, but a lot of people aren't doing well. Um, Biblically, there was, of course, I believe, a mention of people selling their homes and lands and giving their money to the poor. Well, I got to think we're going to get to that, or we've passed that. But in that time, in that day, people actually did it in order to help other people. Well, the world is waxing cold, and seemingly, it's going to get to the point where you do for you, because nobody is going to help you one way or the other. So, but this idea to actually, I don't know, how would you promote like a G.I. Joe or a Marlboro Man type of mentality that, well, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps and work about 85 jobs and you'd have money. Yeah, well, as young people, we've all done that, and we went through college and we worked three jobs, and we took buses to colleges and universities, studied, went home, and repeated, do a couple more jobs, and do that day after day, year after year, until we got our little pieces of paper. And you're asking a population now that's even older to go out, and because if you were a real person, you'd be able to do that and make it on your own and never have any help from anybody. And I'm telling you right now, that is absolute bunk. God never intended us to completely run ourselves into the ground and kill ourselves in order to keep up with the Joneses. Well, or even that, or even if you have any simple need, not any major money or any just simple need at all, financially or whatever, don't expect to get any help from anybody, because, well, if you were a real man, you'd be able to do that all on yourself. I'm going, yeah, okay, well, there's millions of people out in this country and all over the world that have probably less than us, and a lot that have a lot more need, and it's going to get to the point, well, we don't care, as long as we got our cable TV and we can kick back, and we got 3 freezers worth of food and 2 cars and about 5 or 6 riding lawnmowers. We don't give a rip about anybody else, and this is what it's going to be, and actually that's what it's come down to already. You ask for help and see what you're going to get. And for me, in my predicament, and I'm not saying that I'm asking, but what I'm saying is I have asked, and this is some of the responses that I've got. It's just been ridiculous. But I'm not saying that's fine. I don't deserve anything. I know from my perspective and from God's perspective, I don't, if I got what I deserved, I probably wouldn't be here. So that's fine. But think of all the other people in this country and all over the world, and this is how it's going to get, and it's going to get rough real quick, like it already is, because, you ask for the simplest things, and, good luck trying to find any help. And, he said, well, you're just complaining. Well, yeah, now look, guys, you can, or all these other people can spend and send millions of dollars to these goofy people that need $20 million planes. But if your neighbor needs something, that's too bad. Everybody needs hope. Everybody needs encouragement. Everybody needs something, and because they need that, they think that they're going to get it by sending in millions of dollars to people that buy $20 million planes, and of course, by doing that, their BMW will be in their driveway a couple days from now. This is what the type of mentality you've got out there, and it's just it's scary, because instead of doing what we can do to help the people around us, I guess we're I'm not doing it, but I'm sure that there are millions of people evidently that are grasping for straws, and they think by doing some of these things they're going to end up with something. Not going to happen. But they'll continue to do it. But this is what I'm saying. God never intended you to work yourself to death because you're doing it on you. You're doing it alone. So you're doing it to keep your 800 credit score up. You're doing it to be Mr. Flash in the pan. And you're doing it to be somebody. And walking around, like I don't know what. And in order to keep that facade going, you have to work, all day. You have to do this. In other words, you have to conform to all these worldly norms and whatnot in order to present this image, and basically you worked yourself to death. Is what you did. You worked yourself to death, and that's it. So everybody has to make that choice. There's going to be a lot of U-Hauls following hearses on the way out to the cemeteries because people think they're going to take their little boy toys out there with them. Well, hopefully they have enough ditch diggers to bury all that crap. I'm telling you as a final to these 3 points, one thing, and it really boils down to all this. What it really boils down to is all that matters is what you've done for Christ. That's all that matters. There's nothing else that matters. Your degrees don't matter. All the awards that you keep in your basement don't matter. All the fancy umpteen $1,000 cars you have parked in your garages don't matter. As one pastor said a long time ago, he said, the hole that you're going to leave after you stick your hand in a bowl of water and pull it out, that's basically what you're going to leave here on earth. So these things are all temporal. They don't matter. Regretfully, life is more than about having a good time and whooping it up, and it's but you're living in a secular day, a secular age, where people, that's all they want to do. And as young people, of course, you have to sow your wild oats and whatever. But now it's got to the point where it's so ridiculous that it's just, you wonder what in the world. But at the end of the day, that's the only thing that is going to count. What you did for Christ. It doesn't matter how many boards you're on. It doesn't matter how many times you go to church. It doesn't matter, what color the carpets are or how many thousands of dollars you paid for pews. It doesn't matter about any of this crap. The only thing that matters is what you did for Christ. And so I'm telling you, please keep praying for our country. Pray for our young people. And that's the best thing you're going to do for anybody, I guess, right at this point. It's Christmas season. If you know of people, friends, even people you don't know, if you have the ability to help them, help them. If you can take some people in for Christmas dinner, do it. If there's extra mashed potatoes and turkey or ham on your table, share that with somebody. I guess in my day, in the old days, it was common that you would actually have people come over for Thanksgiving and for Christmas dinner and share that and share your home. And but those days are long gone. But this is the season that we're celebrating. We're celebrating the birth of Christ, and hopefully the return and the soon return. And this is what it's about. Jesus is not in the manger anymore. Yes, we celebrate his birth, in the manger, and that's great, but he's not in the manger anymore. And people want to keep him in the manger, and I'm sorry, he's not there in the manger anymore. And the next time he's coming, I don't think he's going to be, I don't think it's going to be nice and soft and mellow. Let's put it that way. But anyway, thank you so very much for listening to me tonight. I really appreciate it. Again, like and share. Please do it, and I appreciate it. And thank you again for all the help, the support. Thank you, everybody, from the bottom of my heart. Again, I can't keep thanking you enough for all that the thing that I went through about 2 or 3 days ago. Please thank you. Please, please and thank you. Please and thank you. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate all that support on the anniversary of the wife's death. Can't keep thanking you guys enough for that. So grateful. So have a great evening. Again, as that gentleman that I so liked would always end his video saying, keep your faith in Jesus Christ. I say the same thing a million times over. Keep your faith in Jesus Christ. Everybody, have a great night. I'll see you hopefully in a day or two.